Welcome back to Heritage Cafe. I have my wonderful mother here with me, and we're going to be talking some Mexican seafood dishes today.
Right? From here in the mountains. Let's talk about seafood.
We were originally supposed to be in Mexico, and we were going to do it with authentic Mexican fish. It didn't quite pan out, so we each did our own thing with the ingredients available. Mine turned out phenomenal.
Oh, I want to hear all about it. You haven't told me anything. I'm dying to hear.
So it's a spicy Mexican inspired fried fish.
Okay.
So I actually got tilapia from Mexico. And tilapia was the perfect fish for this. It turned out so moist,
Wow.
while still having like this fantastic crisp on the outside. So it's just flour and a taco seasoning, a little bit of
Wow.
cumin, and a tiny bit of my proprietary blend of herbs and spices. Mostly some smoked paprika.
Okay. Okay.
So I diced them up real small. They were pretty big tilapia fillets. So I got them down to like 2-inch long pieces.
Okay.
And I soaked them all in lime juice for about half an hour.
Nice.
And then drained it off, patted them dry, and went right into the batter, the mixture that I made. Lightly battered those, and then I did them in a cast iron skillet.
Oh.
So they were so good. A couple I burnt, and they were really good just to eat as I was cooking.
Of course, absolutely.
So I was just gonna make just like fish fry, and Kendall was in the kitchen with me when I was cooking. He's like, oh, these would be perfect for sandwiches.
Oh.
So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up they're cut pretty much perfectly for like burger buns.
Okay.
So a little bit of horseradish, a little bit of adobo, a little bit of ranch mixed up. It's
Ooh.
like a sauce base with the fried fish, and then I put a slice of cheese and a piece of lettuce, and it fantastic.
Wow. Wow. Were the sandwiches hot or room temperature cold? What? How was the fish when you made the
Well,
sandwiches?
the first one was still hot, and that was
Okay.
really good. And then I had
Okay.
another one, like room temperature. There's actually, I think, room temperature because there's not room in the fridge, so it's just out on
Right.
the counter.
Oh God. Here we go again. So do you normally like tilapia? Is that something that you normally eat?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not usually my first choice.
Uh-huh.
I'm real big on salmon.
Yeah.
But if I need like a whitefish, tilapia works great in pretty much every recipe. So
Wow. Okay. We had talked about one time doing aquaponics here off the grid with tilapia as the feeder fish, for the system. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's farmed fish basically, and then the water from the fish go into your plants, which feeds the
mm,
plants from nitrates that the fish are disposing of, and then the plants clarify the water and it goes back into the fish and
gotcha.
oxygenates it. But we're not huge tilapia lovers, and so we weren't sure that that was going to work. So we ended up not doing that. So yeah, because we can't get fish here in the mountains, obviously.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we have a little reservoir just down the road where you can get some rainbow trout, but they're a little, in the Midwest, how the fish are all just a little gritty. Well, that's kind of how I mean, rainbow trout like cold water, and the reservoir has been going down and down, and so the water is much too warm, and so they're just kind of
gotcha.
gritty. But anyway, yeah. So I wasn't able to get any good fish. I wanted to do something with red snapper, but of course I couldn't find anything like that here. So I ended up with shrimp. So I made a spicy street shrimp kind of inspired thing. The shrimp were marinated in a spicy chipotle paste, lime, garlic, kind of thing, and then cooked on a cast iron griddle, which could have been done like on a fire or something, but I just did it on my wood stove. And then I threw some corn in there to cook while the shrimp was cooking, so it got a little crispy and got the flavors in there. And but I tell you, the two things, and this is how naive I am, and or innocent I am, that I'd never heard of before. There's a seasoning that your dad actually discovered in Arizona on the rim of a margarita, and it's called tahine, I think is how it's pronounced, which is it's just pepper with salt, right? Oh my gosh, it's like the world has opened up to me. We're eating it on everything. We put it on honeydew melon, on cantaloupe, on oh heck, what's the well, we put it on everything because it's so good. So to serve this street shrimp, this spicy street shrimp with the corn, I added some tahini on there and lime juice, of course. And then the other thing that I'd never done before, and I'm like, oh, where have you been all my life, is crema. I always thought Mexican crema is really just sour cream, get over it, and so I've never actually discovered crema. Oh, so it's so easy to make. It's cream with some buttermilk in it to culture it. You leave it out overnight so it gets nice and thick, and just that you get that fermented, kind of flavor to it. And then a little lime juice and salt, and oh my gosh, it's like a whole other thing. A little cilantro in there. Oh my gosh. So this dish, it was just shrimp, pretty much. It was just shrimp with seasonings. But the addition of the corn in there, like Mexican street corn, and then this tahine, and then this crema, I was over the top. See,
New
even
favorite,
you can teach old dogs new tricks. So it wasn't like being on the beach with you all in Mexico, but at least I got to think about you while I was cooking it.
The one thing I didn't do is get Coronas. That was an oversight on my part.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So to be fair, let's to be honest and full disclosure here, we sat down to eat, and that lime flavor is just, I went, the only thing that could make this better would be tequila. So your dad goes and gets me a tequila, so I had some tequila, and I ran the lime around the rim and put some more of that tahini on there, and I was good. It's a good life up here on the mountain.
I'm glad you're discovering new things.
Right. Simple. Everybody looks at me like, yeah. I don't know where it's been all my life, honestly. So yeah, we've been eating on it and everything. So that's the deal.
One other thing I wanted to touch on, I made another dish that falls just a little bit outside of what our plan was, but it's something I mentioned to you, so I thought I'd mention it on the show as well. I made swordfish ceviche. And I made it. I've made it before, but this was a new recipe that had mango in it.
Oh, nice!
So it was.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Yeah, like normally it's just like tomato and onions and a little bit of. I'll put avocado in mine.
Okay.
But the mango really made it pop. Very like a sweet undertone.
All the same ingredients, but added mango.
Correct.
Oh, nice.
And then the other thing I did differently this time is I salted it in the serving dish. I salted it and mixed it up a little bit. So I had a little bit of that salt and then the sweetness of the mango. And I got really good swordfish from the Albertsons, like just from their fish department. Like I didn't go anywhere special for the swordfish because it was kind of an afterthought, and they had phenomenal swordfish.
Wow. How did you prepare the swordfish?
So I diced it. Yeah, it's raw. So I cubed it, inch-ish cubes, and then let it sit for, it ended up being like 8 hours, submerged in lime juice with the onions in there as well. Nice,
right. So I've read that seafood that is brined like that in a lemon juice and an acid, that actually does make it safe to eat raw. That it's almost like cooking it.
Yeah, it cooks it. I mean, you can see the color change, and like you can even cut into one of those cubes and see if it's cooked all the way through or not.
Right. Right. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. So what do you serve it with? Chips or just by itself, or how do you serve it?
So as always, I made way too much. So I like it with the store brand, not the store brand, the like house brand large tortilla chips.
Okay.
Just like over salted, large, like you
Yeah.
get at a Mexican restaurant kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but we ran out of chips, so I ended up putting it into wraps. I made wraps with it, so I let it drain off a little
Oh.
bit, so it wasn't quite so wet, and then put it into a wrap with a mango Scotch bonnet sauce.
Oh, that's over the top now. Oh, I love it.
It
Oh,
was very
wow.
good. It was very good.
Was the mango scotch bonnet puree? Was it pureed or was it chunky or
It's a
how
it's
was
a
that?
hot sauce that I bought.
Oh, it's already
The
prepared.
mango Scotch bonnet hot sauce. It's good on
Nice.
everything.
Uh, did you see? And you were saying you put salt on your ceviche. I'm thinking tahini. Did you use tahini?
It would have worked. It probably would have matched that flavor profile really, really well.
Right. Well, that's the one thing again, we do this every month. We come back to this. That they're same ingredients. Everything is the same ingredients. It's the spices. It's always the spices that just, and I'd like to do a show sometime where we actually do that, where we maybe focus on the spices and then do some kind of an experiment with cumin tastes like this with beef. It tastes like this with chicken. It tastes like this with fish, or I don't know, but I think it'd be really fun because spices is where it's at, and
Yeah.
I'm loving these subtleties. It's amazing. I'm having fun always.
Well, let's put that on the docket for May
Okay,
because we have a show theme picked for April.
we do.
We're going to call it Color Rush. It's a nod to the NFL uniform Thursday night disaster that happens for Thursday night football. But I have a list here. I'm about to hit the randomize button, so
Okay.
this is live.
Whoa.
The first one is going to be your color. The second one is going to be my color.
All right, I'm ready.
You've got purple,
Okay,
and I've
good.
got black.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do we get to
I'm
count
not.
black beans? Can go either way because the color that comes off black beans is purple. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is not the color I wanted. But if I burn something, it gives me some cover. So.
Well, that suits our creative cooking lifestyle just perfect. All right, so I got purple. I'll start working on that. Woo! Okay.
So
All
that'll
right.
be
If
our next
anybody's got,
draw.
yeah, and if anybody has suggestions for us in terms of these colors, please drop a note in the comments
Yes,
because
please,
I'm
because
already
black's a rough
going.
one.
Right, I'm already thinking I have two options. Okay, all right. My problem too is getting ingredients here and having it be local and seasonal because I like to really
Yeah,
try to cook seasonal. So it's middle of winter here. I don't know if you can see we still got lots of snow. Yeah, but we'll see what we can do.
I think it's 80
Wonderful.
degrees today.
Uh, okay, you're killing me with that too. All right, I want to eat with you and I want to be warm, just a little warm. I'm done. We had an inch yesterday. I'm really done. So okay. All right. Well, this has been the Heritage Cafe where we cook to connect.
And it's always more than a recipe.
There we go. We'll get that. We'll get it one of these days. All right.
We'll see you
Thanks
next time.
again. Bye.